Hey everybody, this is Kevin and welcome to stages 17 and 18 of the DeAgostini ISS build. We're going to take the module that we completed in the last episode, which is the observation deck that has the cupola attached to it, which looks down on the Earth. And we're going to finish up this module with the parts in stage 17. And then in 18, we're actually going to be attaching it to the full station. So I got to get it down off the shelf and add to it, which I'm really excited to do. So without any further ado, let's start building. Okay, stage 17 is a very unique looking item. I can't tell if it's a coconut or a pineapple or a grenade or a golf ball. I'm not sure what that is. But it's a new module that's going to be attached to our existing modules. So let's go ahead and get this open. And there are some screws, so we're going to be attaching it somewhat permanently. Yeah, looks like these little halves are going to come together. And there are a couple plug-in attachments. Not sure what those are exactly. Maybe antenna or something. And then we do have some MS4 screws. So let me go back to the manual and see what needs to be done, and we'll be right back. Okay, in the first couple steps, everything we need to do is done by pressure fitting. No screws needed here. But we're going to take the two halves of this golf ball looking thing and simply press them in. You got 4 holes and 4 posts, and they're just going to snap together. That is tight. It's not really a snap, but definitely you could feel the firmness, so they're not coming apart. And then you have 2 separate squared off holes in the back for these plug-in antennas or whatever they are. And they only go in one way, but the one with the straight shaft plugs into the top hole. Like so. And then this bottom one has kind of an angled shaft to it. It plugs into the bottom hole. And it only goes so far, and then that's it. So there's that completed step. Okay, the last step in stage 17 is attaching our little module we just constructed into our existing module from the last episode. And it's going to plug into this little side panel here. At first look, it looks like it could, there's, you know, a hole on each side. There's a little slit in each side to go through these grooves. And you'd think, well, you know, can go either way. However, if you try to plug it in this way, it doesn't go far enough down. But if you flip it over, it drops all the way in. So that's definitely the way it goes. So we're going to take our MS4 screw and come in from the top. Let me get a little bit smaller screwdriver so it can fit in the hole. And we'll just anchor this down. Until it stops. And there we have it. It is now an attached module and it's growing. So that wraps up stage 17. Let me get the ISS down because we're going to need it for stage 18. Okay, stage 18 consists of the other half of that module that we had been working on previously. So I'm going to set it up here in the corner, but let's go ahead and get 18 open and get the module out and all the screws that are required to go with it. And we do have some pressure fit plugins, it looks like, as well, right here, and some more MS4 screws. So let me clear the board and we will start attaching these parts onto the module. Okay, now we're going to attach the 2 module halves. Pretty straightforward process. You just take the new module and place it over top of the other half, and the holes will line up. There you go, they snap together. And we're going to hold them in with 3 MS4 screws, 1, 2, and 3. And because we are going into metal here, I'm going to get just a dab of oil on each screw. Tighten it down until it stops. I don't think this could be done if you don't have magnetized screws or screwdrivers. It just holds everything together for you. And one final one right here in the center. I'm actually going to combine steps here. I'm going to place the inserts into these holes here, which is technically the next step. We're just going to go ahead and do that now. So it's pretty interesting how they give you these 3 inserts, but they only go in one way because of these little steps they've got. For example, this little cross piece has a step right here on this side, and that step can only go in one way. There's a step at the top part of that hole there. So this is going to just drop right in and pressure fit in. And then these 2 parts, one has no notches, it's just a straight rectangle. It's going to drop into this open bay here. Just like that. And the other one has a little notch cut out of it. See that little notch? So it's going to fit into this one here. There we go. Seems like that should go a little further in, but I don't want to break anything either. So there we go. That's better. Okay, now I need to go get the space station off the shelf, and we're going to attach this module onto it. Okay, the last step in stage 18 is attaching our new module to the space station, and we're going to do that by positioning it with obviously the cupola facing downward toward the Earth, and it's going to drop right into this slot here with the little half moon cutout, and it's going to drop over that post into position. It's a little loose right here. I'm hoping that that screw will definitely fix things there, and I'm going to try not to hit the camera. This is pretty tall. See if I can get this started here. Almost doesn't feel like it's catching the threads. Yeah, I don't think we're catching the threads there. In fact, you know what? My screw just fell into that module. Let me flip it back out. Yeah, very strange. Let me work a little bit off camera and see why I can't get the screw to thread in. Actually, let me see if it'll do a dry. Let me see if I can do it without the module on, just to get the thread started. It's going to go into this post here. Yeah, the threads catch. So there's something in the module preventing the screw from getting all the way to the post. Let me see if I can't. I normally don't run into problems on these builds. Yeah, I'm thinking this module just isn't sliding all the way down to the mount. So let me work off camera a little bit on this. Okay, so as much as it pains me to do this, I did a little research, and I'm not the only one who's had trouble fitting this module in all the way. It does slide down the post to a point, and then it stops due to friction. And from what I've seen, the only way to do it is to hammer it in. So I'm not going to use a hammer. I've got a pair of wire cutters here, but I'm going to gently tap and see if I can't get it further down the post. I think that did it. Let's see if we can't get that screw now. Okay, I want to see if I can come a little bit further to the side so I can clear the camera from overhead. Okay. Okay, I can feel the threads engaging now, finally. There we go. And we'll lock that down tight. Perfect, there we go. So that's the trick. If you encounter a little resistance there, just don't be afraid to give a little bit of hammer work to it. So, okay, well that wraps up stages 18 and 17. Well, that wraps up stages 17 and 18, and as you can see, the main station here is growing. This is the module that we just attached right here. And again, don't be afraid to get a little hammer. If you had a ball peen hammer or something smaller, that'd be ideal. I just used the nearest tool that I had on hand, but you may have to hammer that down the post a little bit till the threads can reach on the screw. But I'll tell you, this is one cool looking model. So I'm anxious to see what we get in stages 19 and 20. Until then, have a great couple weeks till our next episode. God bless, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.